So we're closing up the third parak of Meseches Derech Zuta. We're up to Mem Dalet in the Meseches Derech Zuta with the Derech Chaim and Orchos Chaim. And I'm going to do Mem Dalet and Mem Hey together because they're a continuation. Don't be like the top threshold, which I assume means the lintel of the door, which can damage your face. Sometimes their lintels were low. You didn't bend down, smack. Velogam tzais, and not like one in the middle of the doorway. I'm not sure where you would have that. Shemenakevas is a raglayim, which stumble causes the legs to stumble. The sofan lisa ser, and you have to get rid of them eventually. Because but be like the bottom threshold, which is threshold on the floor. Should will be on them dorsimosa. Most people step on it. Usof coming on Nistar, and eventually the entire building is destroyed. But that threshold is not destroyed because it's not can't topple down anywhere. Okay, so let's see Mem Dalet. Everything has three parameters: mala, top; mata, bottom; emtza, middle. There's still 15 things the time Chacham has to be pursued. Don't have the ultimate meat of gaiva. Katsea gova, ultimate height. Kaskoipel yerishal dalas, like the higher threshold of the door. Asher mechabel's punishment lesson, which damages the faces of those who come in. So you yourself, don't denigrate the people who are the great leaders of the generation. For Lokim Tzais, don't be like the middle one, which causes legs to stumble. Shema Benoni, which are people who are Benoni, average people, I guess we could say. Pishu Rabim Nizokim Bohem, because many people are damaged by average people. The suffering sauce, and eventually they're going to have to be destroyed. So, I guess the damage is not as bad as damage to the face, but it's damaging and they can't last. It's being a Benoni is not sustainable, evidently, at least for Talmud Chacham. Be like the bottom threshold. Which most people step on. He's saying Nafshi kafar lakotiyah. Not even like a threshold. Be like the dirt. It doesn't harm people. Your modesty should be towards everybody. Dresses me called Adam. Since that Skype, interesting what he puts here. That Skype on the threshold is. Oh, I see in the Orchos Chaim he's going to bring down from Daphne. Okay, so he says. Okay, we'll get that. So, it's people step on it. He chekes ba'omik. It's not even a little bit above the ground, because over time people push it down into the ground. Actually, even the entire building is destroyed, it remains in place, and that is the Orchos Chaim here. He says, "Benusach Tefillah." In the end of Shemona Esrei, we say, "El kain etzor sheni meirah." What does that mean? I shouldn't damage others. And to those who curse me, my soul should remain silent. Even when they step on me. And then that's not a request. It's kind of like a conclusion. Then my door will be like, my soul will be to the church. Even if everything is destroyed, I'm going to remain intact. So kind of if the social media right, you are prevented from doing that. It's part of that, obviously. Kind of she see dumb, and then I remain silent when they curse me. So that's making sure not to be moved in any way, shape, or form. Midas ishtavus, equanimity. Then, of course, my nefesh is me male, like, for I'm going to be able to survive. I don't learn it that way. When I say what kind of tzor, I say the tzor shemir obviously is what he's saying. I should prevent me from doing bad. The clan of Sidom is don't get into a fight. But you still, even if you don't get into a fight, you can still be about gaiva inside. Most people are. So and that's nafshikava kotiya. And internally, right? I should not just be silent, but internally I should also have a true intrinsic humility. That's how I've always understood it in davening. Okay, that's the end of the third parak, and now we begin the fourth parak. Aleph, Talmidei Chachamim na'im b'chabura, ve'einam artzim b'chabura. It's good for Talmidei Chachamim to be in groups. It's not good for Amei Eretz to be in groups. Okay, says the Derech. The path of true wisdom, it's only one purpose. To understand intellectual truth. To the deviation from true chachma, there's several types of deviation. Showing is in meaning showing. This guy is going to want to accomplish that good which is sweet to him. That good which is beautiful. Somebody might be a gourmet, and somebody might be an aesthetic. Interested in aesthetics. Like, somebody who's into art, whatever. So each person according to the characteristics of his substance and his personality. So therefore, the are in one group together. They will help each other. To produce true intellectual attainments. To accomplish truth is the mallet towards which ultimately turn in hope. So it's very good advantage of their joining together. Because the wisdom will come out. But people, since they're not after truth, they're after whatever they consider personally good, they can't have true achdus. This one will hold on to the fortress of pursuing that which is pleasant. To gather together under his tongue, for myself, anything which is sweet and pleasant and sweet. Even at the end, the bitterness of vipers will follow it. And this person will put a necklace of majesty on his neck, to lift up himself to the heavens. He was not going to pay attention. He's going to fall down to very low depths. This guy is going to try and gather money, silver, and hidden gold. Everybody's after what they desire. So the more they come together, they're going to become so many perspectives and opinions which are going to lead to strife and bickering, and they're going to distance from each other. And Misrakos Omi Muska Emes are going to distance themselves even more from truth, which is only one thing. And now they have deviated in many different ways from it. The Orchos Chaim says from a Sifri, when the Jews are all together, literally equivalent in one council below, Hashem's great name is enhanced on high. Shneimar says, when is there a king in Yeshurun? When the leaders of the nation come together. Together all the tribes of Israel. When they're one one group bound together. The word aguda comes from the word eged. Eged means binding together, like the Israeli bus line. Right? Binds all the locations all together. And when there are multiple groups. When the Jews, I assume that was the end of the Medrash, the end of Sifri. Now it explains. Kavanaso, the intent is when the Jews are one council below, when they're in one group, it shows that their direction is towards understanding true intellectual truth. Then his great name is praised on high. This is true intellectual attainment, which is ultimately that God rules over everything. When they're groups, each one separate from the other one. This demonstrates the distance from true intellectual perception. So then there's no Hashem's name will not be praised because Am Yisrael is pursuing truth. That's praise for Hashem. If not, it's not praise for Hashem. He brings down a couple of other things here. But let's go for this one. Tehillim. Hinei Yevecha Hashem. Hinei Yevecha Yovedu. Yisportu Kol Yipei Oven. We say this in davening. For behold, these are enemies of Hashem. Behold, your enemies will be destroyed. They'll be separated. All those who work iniquity. Anytime there's unity, the thing is sustained, is viable. Which divides into portions. It's more destroyed than exited. So that's the Dharmel says they're your enemies. Who also because they're your enemies. Oh, it's a sign. That they're very far from intellectual truth. And when they're distant from truth, which unites all those who turn to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, then all of them are going to be separate in their various different ways. Each one for the intent for the purpose of his intent. They're going to be lost. Because they'll be separated. They won't have the advantages of unity when they are all going to be separated because they'll have different agendas.